Hi, my name is Fabian Peña, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press, and today I'm so happy to be joined by Fabian Peña. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Tell me, aside from filming the show, what have you been up to this past year?
Nothing really. I've been focusing on school, and this series took a while to film, so mostly that and smaller projects on the side. But yeah, I have to go to school as well.
How has school been going? Are you like in your last year of like a high
Yeah,
school equivalent?
I'm starting my last year after summer, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, senior year, right?
New year, exactly.
So before we talk about the show Young Royals, I wanted to cycle back and talk a bit about your background in the arts. Do you remember that initial spark that got you passionate about performing?
Well, I, as a child, my parents and grandparents often took me to theater plays, and we watched a lot of movies and went to a lot of art museums. So I think that theater and culture has been a big part of my family growing up. So it's always been there in some way. But I think I really got a taste of performing theater on stage when I was 13. I was in this musical play, and I really felt what it was like to perform live theater.
So like you just mentioned, drama theater background, what were the major lessons that you took away from your time on stage and being in these live productions?
Oh, being in a live theater play is actually very different from filming in movies or shows. You get the connection to the audience almost directly, and I think I'm actually happy that I started off my acting career on stage and then moved on to film, because I think you take a lot from acting when you do it live, and you can make that into film acting. It's easier to do the transition, I think. So yeah, a lot of acting things.
That's really like invaluable experience. And you mentioned musicals earlier. Is there a singing voice in there?
uh, I, I I would like to say so myself. I don't know what other people would say.
Is there like a musical fan in you? What was your favorite like musical growing up?
Well, as a child, I was really into musicals. I think it has over the years, my interest in musicals have like not really.
Declined a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but as a child, I was obsessed with cats for a while when I was 7, and Les Miserables, and yeah, the
Live
Broadway.
action Cats. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I have. It's well, not the best, maybe.
It's interesting. We'll give it that.
Nevertheless, yeah.
Let's talk about Young Royals, where he stars Henry. He is a first year, and like most of the students at Hilerska, he comes from a wealthy family. Tell me a bit about him, and were there any other details you discussed with the writers about his background and the character that didn't make it into the show?
Well, I didn't really speak to the writer before shooting. I have only spoken to her a bit afterwards on social media. But I think that when I built the character, I based it a lot on people that I know and people that I met. Henry is caricature and uh, like a stereotype of the typical rich Swedish kid. So he's more of a caricature on a culture in Sweden. of rich kids, I think.
And oh, I think we get the just that his dad owns some kind of company. Do you have any
Yeah.
idea what that is?
No, not really. I know that he got like a big farm. I believe that he has some, I don't know, like a big paper company or something, like earned a lot of money. Uh, and yeah, so I think that it comes from a real wealthy background, a wealthy family. There's money like in the family for
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say maybe like trade exports, something like that. It was
Yeah.
mentioned that he might get like government subsidies or something. So,
Yeah.
maybe we'll get to see that further on, but we will be talking spoilers. So for all those watching, as always, please make sure you are caught up on episodes 1 through 6 on Netflix. Now, for you, what was your favorite scene to be a part of?
Oh, there's like a lot of amazing scenes. I really love, or it was really fun to do the scene when the Brotherhood was sitting around the table and partying and like taking drugs and drinking alcohol, because the camera was just rolling, and we sat around the table and like improvised the whole scene. And that's one of the most fun thing about acting, is when a bunch of actors just improvise, and there's a like a vibe that's just rolling on. And yeah, so that was probably the most fun to do, I think.
I was gonna say that one was one of my favorites when the society met as well to give Willem his family seat, because it was very like fraternity, like it was all fun and games until it wasn't. So I'm going to talk about a couple more of my favorites, and maybe you could
Mm.
provide some background comments or insight into filming the scene. The first one was the in-class debate on economy and taxes, where you
Mm.
had some lines and then Omar as Simon kind of rebutted it. So what was it like filming that one and staying in character of, as you mentioned, this kind of stereotypical wealthy Swedish kid?
I think that it's actually fun because that was like the scene that I auditioned with, and it it's like a fun dialogue to do because it just proves what kind of a jerk Henry is in some way, or what kind of world picture he has. Uh, but it was like it was fun doing a dialogue with Amar as well, and like the whole scene is really absurd in so many ways, I think.
And I always think it's important to bring in, there's so many themes of like class and structure in this show. And it's always
Mm.
nice to be reminded that these kids go to school because I think it's important that they're still in class despite everything else that goes on outside of class. And when you were in the scene where Willem confronts August and tells him we are letting Alexander take the fall for what
Mm.
happened with the society. So what was it like watching that exchange between Edwin and Malte? Because you could hear a pin drop. It was so tense.
Yeah. Well, that's also one of my favorite scenes. Almost every scene with like the Brotherhood was so fun to make because you felt like really empowered, like standing in a circle and just being the Brotherhood. But that scene was actually really intense and very like I think it just proves how great of an actor Edwin and Malte is actually. Yeah,
So do you think the Brotherhood is disbanded after that, or where do you think you go from here?
I don't know actually. I personally would like to see the Brotherhood continue, because I think it's a fun concept. But I don't know. We get to see.
What was your favorite scene that you weren't in during season one?
Like one of my favorite scenes during the whole show was when Wilhelm goes to the gym to confront August. I think that that scene is like you can really feel like the tension between them, and it's just an amazing scene. And I also love the scene where Malte uh, like lies to Wilhelm and goes like ignores that he was the one filming them. Those are like two scenes where the tense is really high, and I love that sort of scenes.
A lot of love for Malte.
Yeah,
Definitely. He played the character so well. I think
yeah,
even we were talking to Natalie Varley, who plays Madison, and she said that the scene where Willem confronts August in the gym was another one of her favorites.
mm.
Now, season two has not yet been green lit, but fingers crossed, there's like a lot of petitions going online. What would you like to see from Henry and this cast as a whole?
Oh, I would like to see like more of a friendship between Henry and Wilhelm for sure. I think that during season one, there's some hints towards Henry actually like caring for Wilhelm and actually tries to understand him. But and maybe it would be fun to see like more romances and just explore like the culture at Hillerska. But I trust the writer, and I believe that if there's a season two, she will execute it well.
Hopefully give some fun storylines to a lot of the characters. You mentioned
Yeah.
relationships, anything between Henry and Stella. They had that
Oh
little
yeah, that would be
exchange in
fun.
class. Yeah. I'm sure working with all of them, like a lot of you are around the same age. A lot of fun. Take me behind the scenes. What are some of your favorite moments from set?
Well, I mean, we spend a lot of like early mornings and like late evenings together. So when we wasn't shooting, we like sat around chatting and playing card games and yeah, like sleeping on the couches. So it became like almost a like fun resort because we spend a lot of time there together. And I was like scrolling on my Snapchat memories the other day, and I came across this video that I have uh, of us. I believe it was like in November, and it was the first day of snow, and we were like also excited for Christmas, so we like put on Christmas music and was just singing along to Christmas tunes.
Is this footage going to be leaked at any point in time, or you're keeping
Maybe
that memory for yourself?
I the video is like you can't really see anything because it's so dark. So I don't know if people will be interested, but maybe I could leak it if people want to.
Well, hopefully more memories like that to come. You mentioned it was around winter, so like a fun winter camp, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram, but you aren't that active in terms of posting. So this is a two-part question. Number one, have you noticed the fan love and support that the show and even yourself have been receiving? And number two, why do you think it's connected with so many people?
Oh, I think that or like first of all, I'm like very overwhelmed with like all the support, and people are like so creative and amazing at like creating arts and edits and things. And I also think it's very fun because I don't have like a huge part like Edwin and Omar, but it's really fun to see that like the smaller characters also get their like time to shine. Like fans are so invested in the show, and I don't know. I feel like the show brings up a lot of important themes, like segregation and like how do you even like say like fitting in at a new school. And I also think that there's a fascination about a monarchy, and how is it to be a prince in a modern society? Like even that theme, it's very interesting to explore. So I think it just goes with a lot of people in general.
Yeah, and it was so raw and beautifully done. You mentioned the word overwhelmed because a
Yeah,
lot of people, you mentioned the fan art and video edits, but a lot of people are also like digging up old photos from social media. What has
yeah.
been your reaction to all of that, and even like with your family and friends?
Well, it's fun. It's very fun. It's a bit weird. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit weird, and like my friends has like come to me and like I get like 50 likes a day on this picture that I tagged you in, and like yeah. So it's fun, but it's weird, and like the best word is just overwhelming, I think.
Because your account, I think it was private, right, when the show premiered,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you probably got like so many different follow requests that you made it public, and now you have like what 20,000 followers
yeah. I
on
have
Instagram.
like a little bit over 20K followers. Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
it's growing fast, really.
You know, like you mentioned, so many people are connected to these characters, even the more supporting ones, and it's
Yeah,
really nice to see.
yeah. Yeah, it's just amazing in every way, actually, and I'm very grateful for all the support and love that people send me.
Now we are going to read some tweets related to you and
Yeah.
your characters. So I sent you the email and I said, don't look at them
Okay.
ahead of time.
No.
And the floor is yours. You can read them each out loud in the order that they are sent, and then you can provide some comments. How do you feel after reading them? Okay.
Yeah, I will. Okay, so open the first link here. Okay, the way Henry has less than 10 minutes of screen time, but we're all in love with him. Yeah, okay, so I actually read this tweet, and I don't know what it is because I'm actually in like the scene, and it's this picture from that scene when I have like this small interaction with Stella, and this scene is like it's almost like 30 seconds, but people are like so obsessed with it in some for some weird reason. uh but yeah, it's fun that people like it. Okay, should I go over to the next link? Can I just say, Fabian Penn is so cute. Like I wish he had more screen time. I'm screaming. Yeah. I don't know what to say because I became like it's like a bit uh, how do you say it?
You know, when there's always that one character in a show that doesn't get enough screen time that people just attach onto. I think that
Yeah,
you're the character in this series.
yeah, maybe. I hope that like for the character to evolve, I hope for him to get more screen time in season 2. Shout out to Fabian Pena, probably one of my favorite genres. This is maybe it's supposed to be gingers. I don't know. Uh,
I
yeah,
have a
thank
feeling
you.
it could be genres. I don't know if
It
it's
could
a
be
young
genres.
person thing when a person becomes a genre, but
Oh, maybe I don't really see myself as my own genre.
huge compliment though.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment actually. Okay. Oh, this one. I love this tweet. Tom Felton who Fabian Penny is the only Draco Malfoy I know. Because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and when I read this tweet, I was like so overwhelmed. I would really love to play Draco Malfoy. Uh, I don't think I look so much like him, but yeah, and I also think there could be like some resemblance between Henry and Draco. Actually, they both have like this pretend to be your friend but could betray you vibe. Okay, but in season 2, I want Willie to be good friends with Henry and Walter. Like I have a huge feeling that they are good, trustworthy people, and that the three of them will be great friends. Yeah, I hope so as well. I really hope for closer relationship between them, actually. Okay, let's go on to the last tweet. If Fabian Pena, aka the Hot Ginger, gets a Twitter, then his notives are gonna be full of people asking him to step on them, and by people, I mean me. Yeah, I actually, people have asked me to step on them, which is a bit weird because I don't want to step on anyone. Really, that's, I'm not really like into that. And I have a Twitter account. I'm not like very active, but I have a Twitter account named Fabian Pena at on Twitter. So you can find me there if you want to.
Are there any plans to be more active on Twitter after reading all of these?
Yeah, maybe. I don't really know what to do on Twitter. It's like, how do you tweet? How do you function? But yeah, I will get better on tweeting.
I feel like it is another rabbit hole in itself, but I can tell that you'll be welcomed with open arms when that does happen.
Yeah.
I think like Natalie and Edvin are on Twitter and they like do Q&As with fans and stuff like that. So I guess it's just another form of interaction.
Yeah, maybe I should jump on that.
Or Instagram Q&A. There's also those. I'm sure you haven't done one yet, right?
No, no.
Is it in the
But
works? So
I should definitely do it. Actually, it will be fun. Yeah.
so let's move on from Young Royals, talk about a next project you have upcoming, which is the Netflix limited series, The Unlikely Murderer. What can you share about this one?
Yes. So it's about, we had a prime minister in Sweden named Olof Palme, who was shot in the street a long time ago, and it's about the person who allegedly murdered him. And I play a small part, a guy named Jacob who bullied him at school when he was younger, that like made him become the person that he was when he grew up, became an adult. So yeah, watch out for that.
Do you think it's out later this year or something like that?
I don't really know actually, but I think in this year probably.
I think it's interesting because now you've been part of more than one kind of Netflix show and you film it and then you don't know when it's coming out until like
Yeah,
maybe a couple months before then they just drop the teaser and everything all at once.
yeah, it's usually like that. You don't really know when things are going to drop because yeah, it's, you have like post credit things and things that take time that you don't think of when just acting.
Now, for you as an artist, where do you see yourself in like 5, 10 years time? Are there any specific genres or character types that you would like to explore more of?
Well, in like 5 to 10 years, I hope that I become more of an established actor. I would like to make maybe more of a surreal acting, like a surreal film, or maybe like portray someone who has lived. Yeah, and I also hope like I could move a little bit more towards like writing and directing. That's not like passion of mine, creating things. So yeah.
I think you've already done like mystery sci-fi, young adult horror. So it's good to like kind of dip your toes into a lot of different genres. And who are some actors whose work you admire?
Oh, that's a really hard question because I admire a lot of people. I think that I like mostly admire directors who likes, and writers who like set the tone on everything, because you you can act, but like they set like the tone for everything. So I'm really into like Wes Anderson, the director, and uh, yeah, like creators, I think.
Was Wes Anderson, did he do Isle of Dogs?
Yeah,
Is
I
that,
love
yeah,
dogs.
I saw that one. I know it was like the animated movie that I saw, but he's done like, what are some of his other classics? Like, what are your favorite movies?
Like my favorite movie of his is The Grand Budapest Hotel from I think it's 2014, and Moonrise Kingdom. It's very well, very good. Yeah, so I like a lot of his movies.
So aside from being in front of the camera, you mentioned creating. I know you like to edit, create your own videos. Where did this interest come for that editing and the graphics?
Well, when I was like a child, I was always like making my own films, writing my own material, and like force my sister and cousin and friends to be in my movies. And when you have a interest in making films, you almost have to learn to edit in some way. And in later years, I have grown an interest in graphic design as well. So it's more like a hobby. I think it's fun creating satisfying videos, especially to music.
I think that's awesome. And like, are you working towards any of like projects, like a short film right now, or?
Uh, yeah, but when you like to create, you're always kind of working on something. But I hope that I'm going to be able to like create short film in this year, something like that. It would be like fun to really direct and write, actually.
I like your videos. It's really cool how you do the overlays between like your own photos and videos, like personal memories with different places and elements and like with perspectives. It's really neat. And
Thank you.
you mentioned music. So we are a music-based website. So I have to ask, who are you listening to on your summer playlist?
Well, I'm usually listening to a lot of hip hop at the moment, but this year I almost like every evening I've listened to Harvest Moon because I think that like it's for me it paints the summer evening uh, like a painting almost. So yeah, that's one of my favorite summer songs.
I'm sure there's nothing like listening to good music while you're watching the sun go down.
No, no, that's amazing.
And our signature question for you, if you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
I would be maybe like mango. I think that has like over the years become my favorite flavor in ice cream, especially when you like mix it with chocolate, mango and chocolate. I don't know why it's so good, but it just is. It's amazing.
Good pick. That's all I have for you. Thank you for taking the time to chat. Really appreciate it. Make sure to catch Fabian in Young Royals. It is out now on Netflix, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, bye.